Let's go over the future of the Star Wars franchise after Star Wars Episode 9. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, after Episode 9, both Disney and Lucasfilm have a handful of projects currently in development. We have the new Star Wars trilogy and, of course, a live-action TV series by Jon Favreau. Now, a lot of people have been wondering exactly what's to come in the future that will give many Star Wars fans new experiences around the world. Now, we do know that Bob Iger has made a big statement before in the past that Star Wars is going to go through a slowdown, and this made a lot of people question themselves as to exactly what that translated to. Does that mean that we are not getting 2 Star Wars movies within a 1-year period, a 12-month period? Or does this simply mean that we are going to only have a Star Wars film now every other year as opposed to every single year? Or lastly, does this mean that we are just going to have the norm, just dropping the Star Wars standalone films that they already planned? Now, looking at everything here, we do know that Star Wars Celebration is some months away, and that is when a lot of announcements will be made. Now, what's really exciting is that apparently Disney plans to reveal an entire roadmap for Star Wars at Celebration this April in Chicago. Aside from all of this, it's also said to consist of a new reveal for the Clone Wars Season 7. Hopefully this is a new trailer. Also, the Mandalorian teaser, Episode 9's teaser, and of course release dates of 3 Star Wars movies, an announcement of an animated movie for the streaming service, and a surprise of what's to come in Star Wars as 2020 comes along. So this is really interesting for sure. I want to get on the subject here of the Mandalorian teaser dropping at Celebration, and if that's a good or a bad thing. Now, if this actually does end up to be the case, would this really get in the way of Star Wars Episode 9? Could this be Disney's way of playing it safe, where, let's say for example, if people are not all too impressed with Episode 9, they at least have another thing to look at? That, of course, being the Mandalorian teaser trailer. So having 2 teasers actually being shown at Celebration, I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. I feel like that if they're really trying to work very hard on Episode 9, they should really focus on that movie and that movie only in order to promote it very well. And then maybe focus on the Mandalorian in the summer of 2019 and release a teaser then. I think that's a better way to go, but who knows, maybe they'll change things around. The other thing is that the release dates of 3 Star Wars movies. Now this could have something to do with obviously the new trilogy being developed by the creators of Game of Thrones, or these could be just separate films in and on themselves. And what's really interesting to me is, of course, the animated movie for the streaming service. We've been hearing about this lightly before in the past, that Disney and Lucasfilm apparently plan on developing an animated movie for Star Wars for the Disney streaming service, kind of similar to the Clone Wars movie. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was a Clone Wars movie. However, this movie is said to be a complete CGI animated type of movie, kind of like how Star Wars Rebels is, except in a feature-length film. So, we're not quite sure exactly what that will be focused on. We'll have to wait and see. And the other thing is a surprise of what's to come in 2020. Does this mean that we are getting a movie all along? Or are we not getting a movie and this is another surprise for a lot of Star Wars fans out there? Could this maybe be a surprise Obi-Wan Kenobi movie announcement? I don't know. As far as we know, the Kenobi movie has been canceled and they're trying to focus in on it being a TV series for the streaming service. So right now they're in the early stages apparently of developing a second live-action TV series that apparently won't even be announced for a very, very long time. Now, looking at everything here though, alright, what I really am interested in for sure is, of course, the new reveal for the Clone Wars Season 7. I am crossing my fingers that it's going to be yet again another trailer. This time a full-length trailer is something that I think a lot of fans are hoping for and hoping to see at Celebration. But like I said, guys, I would love to hear your input on this below in the comments. Do you think it's a bad thing if they do end up having 2 teasers at Celebration for The Mandalorian and Episode 9? Now, of course, they could do Episode 9 on the first day and then The Mandalorian on the second day. They could do that. They could separate it in order to give, you know, each of those projects traction and attention and all that, and gaining the hype. So I would love to hear your input on all of this below, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night